A warm welcome to TBC News, our top stories. Tanzania set for the landmark Africa Energy Summit, Mission 300.
This is a chance for the country to develop the sector, and we cannot shy away. We will really dive into it and make it a better deal to the country.
JKCI continues to excel, sets record high.
843 in a year.
Good evening. My name is Nasa Kingu. Thank you very much for joining us. Just a reminder, you can also follow us live via our YouTube channel, TBC Online, and also get all the latest news through our Instagram, Facebook, and X pages at TBC Online. We start here in Dar es Salaam, where the Deputy Prime Minister and the Minister for Energy, Dr. Biteko, says intergovernmental cooperation in the energy sector is crucial amongst African countries in order to attain progress in the sector. Speaking with my colleague Faith Gaga on the upcoming Africa Energy Summit, which will be held from 27th to 28th of January, Dr. Biteko adds that due to the strides that Tanzania has attained, it is regarded as a beacon of progress across Africa, and the upcoming summit will be an avenue for other African countries to engage and gain practical experience from Tanzania.
How was the situation in the past with regards to energy production, and where are we currently?
Yeah, we have done so much on the energy generation, which is very critical, because if you want to power your people, the first part that you have to address is the generation part. And currently, our energy mix stand up at 56%. We generate electricity from the hydro. The natural gas also is part of our source, and renewables, which we are doing so well currently. And we are happy that now we can generate close to 3,000 megawatts, more than 3,000 megawatts. And if you compare with the demand that is required in the country, which is 1,800, we can see we have some surplus. And that is the situation we are confident that we are energy sufficient currently. And we hope we'll do more because we are developing other sources for energy.
Tanzania will host the Africa Energy Summit. What does this signify with regards to the efforts that have been put forward by the government in the energy sector?
Number one, we are happy that we have gained this chance from the international community, where the whole continent is coming and sit here in Tanzania and discuss the energy sector. And this is not just coming by chance, it is by the effort that has been made by Her Excellency Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan to improve our diplomacy globally. We have been perceived as a country where we can showcase, especially on the diplomacy. But on the energy sector, we have done so well. The access to energy of our people has increased. You know, we were evaluated in 2022. We were only at 14% energy access, but we have moved up to 70-80%. And therefore, in Africa, we stand as a beacon of someone to learn from us. And we believe the energy summit, which is coming in the few days to come, is going also to serve as somewhere people will come and learn from us. And also we will exchange some experience that we have as a country. And we believe this summit is going really to help us to meet development partners, those people who are financing some energy projects. We believe having them here, we can make a deal out of it. So this signifies a lot. And in a nutshell, this is a chance for a country to develop the sector. And we cannot shy away. We will really dive into it and make it a better deal to the country.
How significant are intergovernmental collaborations in the energy sector, especially in the African continent?
Yeah, you know, being member of the Eastern African Power Pool and SADC Power Pool, we are part of the energy hub. We need to generate more electricity and dispatch the electricity that we generate to our neighboring country, especially those who have problems like Zambia and some others. Now, we cannot do it alone. we need our others, we need our neighbors, we need some interconnectors between us. We need an interconnector between us and Zambia, an interconnector between us and Uganda, an interconnector between us and Kenya, an interconnector between our neighboring countries. And as I speak, we have interconnected our neighbors. Kenya is connected with us, Rwanda is connected, Burundi is connected, and currently we have a very big project which is underway from Tanzania to Zambia, the TAZA, which is funded by the World Bank and the FDB. Having this all members of the pools, the Eastern African powers and the SADC power pool, gives us a room where we can exchange power, exchange experience, and make business across us in the energy sector. And being a country which has developed really by having surplus energy, we are looked at as a country which is going to be the source of energy across neighboring countries.
Meanwhile, the Director General of the Arusha International Conference Center, ICC, Christine Mwakatobe, says preparations for the Africa Energy Summit which will bring guests from 50 countries, including foreign heads of state and government, are 95% complete and are expected to be fully completed early next week.
Completed 95% of all the tasks we have planned. The remaining work is minor, and today we have experts from China assisting with the installation of all these small components. The major innovations have been completed, and we have served our guests, offering them a welcoming feeling and the unique Tanzanian hospitality, which is a very special product.
We move now to the Dodoma region, where the Vice President, Dr. Philip Mpango, says the Tanzanian government is committed to deepen ties with the United States in various areas, including trade and business and establishment of direct flights from the United States to Tanzania to attract more tourists. Here are more details.
The Vice President made the remarks when he met and had talks with the outgoing U.S. Ambassador to Tanzania, Michael Bato, in Dodoma earlier today, acknowledging U.S. support to Tanzania in other sectors like health, clean energy, education, and technology.
I also recall that we have been working to ensure direct flights from the U.S. to here, and that I think would have gone a long way to attract more tourists from the United States. But otherwise, I think, continue to seek support from friends, big friends, the United States, and some of the areas where I think will benefit from the U.S. technological prowess.
On the other hand, the outgoing American ambassador, Michael Bato, has thanked the Tanzanian government for the support he has received during his service in Tanzania, vowing to ensure same vigor of cooperation continues with the new ambassador to be assigned.
I conveyed to her that her 4R program is not only a remarkable format for political reform and growth, it has the capacity of being a strong testament to the rest of the world on how nations can reform from the inside and create good governance motivated by the government's desire to take care of the people.
Ambassador Bato adds that the 4R program initiated by President Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan is a testimony to the whole world on how Tanzania succeeds with the much-needed reforms and in building good governance.
We move now to the health sector, where the Executive Director of the Jakaya Kikwete Cardiac Institute, Dr. Peter Kisenge, says the institute now is the leading cardiac center in East and Central Africa, performing more than 3,000 cardiac procedures and 843 open heart surgery procedures annually. Speaking with the TBC News, the Executive Director asserts that the strides made are results of the state-of-the-art equipment invested by the government of Tanzania.
Kikwete Cardiac Institute is a leading cardiac center in Eastern Central Africa. We do perform procedure more than 3,000 cath lab procedure in a year, and open heart surgery more than 843 in a year. So if you look on this number, we are the leading in Eastern Central Africa, and we're third in Africa. Our state-of-the-art equipment in cath lab and in open heart surgery. And we have also the CATO system for treating arrhythmias. And we are the leading actually in Africa. We are the only cardiac center in East and Central Africa having such equipment, a CATO 3 system for treating all kinds of arrhythmias.
Furthermore, Dr. Kisenge says that the improvements made have cut referral cases to other countries by 97%, and the government remains committed to make the center fully sufficient and independent.
In our institute, we are almost 97% of the procedure we do here in Tanzania. Only 3% remain procedure, and this is like a heart transplant. We don't do heart transplant, and some of the procedure for children less than 1 month, and those procedures who require, for example, ECMO or Impala for cardiac support. But the other procedure we do here in our institute. So 97% of all the procedure. So we have reduced the referral to India.
Jakaya Kikwete Cardiac Institute, JKCI, is a government-owned national specialized and university teaching institute offering cardiovascular care, training, and research services. President Samia Suluhu Hassan is expected to launch the 2014 Education and Training Policy, the 2023 edition, which outlines comprehensive strategies to overcome existing educational challenges and enhance its quality. Speaking in Dodoma earlier today, the Minister of Education, Science and Technology, Professor Adolph Mkenda, says the launch is expected to be held in Dodoma at the end of this month.
Uzinduzi huo utafanyika tarehe 31 mwezi huu.
The work of reviewing the Education and Training Policy of 2014, the 2023 edition, is complete, and the policy has been approved by the President, Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, and we also have a new curriculum that we are implementing in phases. The policy will be launched at the Jakaya Kikwete Convention Center, where various leaders and different stakeholders will be present.
Professor Mkenda says that the process of reviewing the policy and the curriculum has taken a total of 3 years, involving various stakeholders.
This work was done with the participation of education stakeholders, teachers, citizens, and an open opinion poll. This process was also related in learning from our colleagues from different countries to learn to improve our education.
The policy aims to ensure the education system is relevant to the dynamic socio-economic landscape, ultimately producing more well-educated and more skilled Tanzanian population. This Sunday, January 12, 2025, Zanzibar marks 61 years of Zanzibar Revolution. To explore the Zanzibar's transformative journey, we reflect on Zanzibar's revolution significance and its enduring impact. My colleague Teddy Mparanyanga has prepared a report that highlights key development since the revolution, including political reforms, economic growth, and cultural revival, showcasing how this pivotal moment continues to shape Zanzibar till today.
The Zanzibar Revolution, which took place on January 12, 1964, was a pivotal event in the history of Zanzibar, leading to the overthrow of the Sultanate and the establishment of a republic. The revolution was largely driven by social and economic inequalities between the Arab and African populations of Zanzibar. Before the revolution, Zanzibar was a sultanate with a predominantly Arab ruling class. The African majority faced significant discrimination and limited access to political power and economic opportunities. The revolution began in the early morning hours when revolutionaries, primarily from the Afro-Shirazi Party, launched an armed uprising against the Sultan's government, and within a few hours the Sultan's forces were defeated, leading to the declaration of a republic. Post the revolution, Zanzibar has undergone various developments. The merger with Tanganyika to form the United Republic of Tanzania in April 1964 helped stabilize the region, hence improving it politically. The government implemented policies aimed at improving access to education. For example, the establishment of the University of Zanzibar in 1999 provided higher education opportunities for the residents of Zanzibar. And in the health sector, the formation of healthcare initiatives such as the construction of new hospitals and clinics, including the Mnazi Mmoja Hospital, have improved healthcare access and services. The tourism sector has significantly grown, with Zanzibar attracting over 500,000 visitors annually by the late 2010s. The introduction of the blue economy, which has helped to boost the development of Zanzibar greatly. The clove industry remains vital, with Zanzibar being one of the world's leading clove producers. The government has worked on promoting clove farming through better agricultural practices and marketing. The completion of the new Abeid Amani Karume International Airport Terminal in 2010 improved air travel and connectivity. The upgrading of the road network, including the construction of the Zanzibar urban water supply and sanitation project, has improved access to clean water and sanitation facilities. Zanzibar has engaged in various international partnerships, including collaborations with organizations like UNESCO to promote heritage conservation, and also the establishment of trade relations with various countries has led to increased foreign investment, notably in the tourism and agriculture sectors. The Zanzibar Revolution marked a significant turning point in the history of the archipelago, shaping its political, social, and economic landscape. As Zanzibar continues to evolve, it remains a unique blend of cultural richness and historical significance, drawing interest from around the world.
On the same note, as we approach the 61st anniversary of the Zanzibar Revolution, leadership expert Joram Nkombi speaks with TBC News on key lessons that today's generation can learn from the Zanzibar Revolution. Here he is as he speaks with Teddy Mparanyanga.
Today, as we are celebrating 61 years of the revolution of Zanzibar, the message that comes out clearly is the spirit of the revolution among the young people. The young people were not contented with the well-being of the black people in the island. They wanted to take charge of their economy. They wanted to take charge of education. They wanted to take charge of health. They wanted to become the leaders and not just the slaves in their own countries. So they had a reason to fight. They had a reason for a revolution. They had principles and morals, not just killers and rebels. So as a young fellow, as we are remembering the revolution of Zanzibar, as Tanzanians, as we're remembering the revolution of Zanzibar, let us pause for a little while and reflect. How far have we gone with the revolution? Have we revolutionized our education system? Do our young men and women, when they graduate, have jobs and have the power and the capacity to employ themselves? Maybe we have not revolutionized to the fullest our education system. So John Stephen Okello is reminding us, and the revolution of Zanzibar is reminding us, that we must undergo the revolution of education this time round, the revolution of our economy this time round, the revolution of science and technology this time round, if we were to realize our full potential. And this time round, we need another kind of revolution, the revolution of love. May the spirit of John Gideon Okello, the spirit of revolution of Zanzibar, become alive to us today. We must love our neighbor as we love ourselves. We must always remember to love is better than to hate, to forgive is better than to seek revenge, and we must do unto others the way we would love them to do unto us. This is what I remember from the revolution of Zanzibar and the revolutionary spirit of John Gideon Okello. So as you are listening to me, young fellow, as you are listening to me, my fellow Tanzanians and fellow Africans, the revolution of Zanzibar reminds us we must unite to fight for a just cause, to liberate ourselves from the shackles, from the danger of poverty, and also from the danger of ignorance.
Zanzibar is set to mark 61 years of revolution comes this Sunday, January 12. Established in 1964, Mikumi National Park is the first stop on the Southern Safari Circuit, allowing guests an enjoyable break with a wildlife viewing experience en route to Ruaha National Park. Kanki Mwegomole has more details on that story.
Tanzania's fourth largest national park, Mikumi National Park, is a hidden gem in the heart of Tanzania's remarkable wilderness, as it offers an incredible safari experience that combines abundant wildlife, diverse ecosystems, and a sense of exclusivity that sets it apart from other popular destinations. In this feature story, we'll explore some of the compelling reasons to visit Mikumi National Park and why you should include them in your travel plans. From the fascinating wildlife encounters to the tranquility of its landscapes, Mikumi promises an unforgettable experience that will leave you with memories that will last a lifetime. So get ready to embark on an exciting journey as we delve into the wonders of Mikumi National Park. Mikumi National Park is a wildlife enthusiast's dream, offering an abundant, diverse of flora and fauna. The park is home to the famous 5 lions, elephants, buffaloes, leopards, and rhinos, providing visitors with an excellent opportunity to see these majestic creatures up close in their natural habitat. In addition to the Big 5, the park boasts an array of other wildlife, including giraffes, zebras, wildebeest impalas, hippos, and crocodiles. The park's diverse ecosystem creates a varied landscape that ranges from open grasslands to dense woodlands and miombo forests. This variety of habitats supports an impressive range of wildlife species, making every game drive a thrilling and rewarding experience. Welcome to Mikumi National Park, where the wonders of the world come alive right before your eyes. Welcome to Mikumi. Welcome to Tanzania.
Another reminder there why everyone should visit Tanzania. Now we move to the finance sector, where the Capital Markets and Securities Authority, CMCA, urges financial and development banks to leverage on the opportunities available in the capital markets by selling eligible shares and finally generate funds, hence improving business landscape. Here are more details.
In Dar es Salaam, during the listing of the DCB Bank's eligible shares in the Dar es Salaam Stock Exchange, the CMSA Chief Executive Officer CPA Nicodemus Mkama says it is encouraging that various banks recognize the importance of using the opportunities to promote their business in the country.
Quite happy to inform the general public that the offer has been subscribed successfully by 100%, and this has enabled the growth of the bank's capital adequacy from 15.0 billion to 25.74 billion, which is really very important for the bank itself, but also for the financial sector.
Regarding the listing of the DCB Bank's eligible shares on the Dar es Salaam stock market, CPA Kama says the step is important for the financial sector, as it has enabled the implementation of the requirements of the law administered by the Central Bank of Tanzania, BOT, while the director of DCB Bank urges citizens to invest more for development projects.
So we call upon the general public to continue working with government through Capital Market and Securities Authority to continue bringing more products, new players, new intermediaries coming to the capital market.
But those who want banking services, open an account with us. You can open online, you can serve online, you can borrow online, so you are indeed welcomed to use our services.
On the other hand, the DCB Bank CEO says 10.7 billion shillings raised will drive DCB Bank's growth, support its expansion plans, and provide loans to small and medium-sized enterprises. Reporting from Dar es Salaam, Emmanuel Samuel, TBC News.
In case you missed any one of our stories, remember you can always go to our YouTube channel at TBC Online and watch anytime, anywhere. Before we conclude the local news, let's take a look at today's exchange rates according to the Bank of Tanzania, BOT. Don't miss TBC News every weekday to know all the latest in exchange rates. Time now for all the latest in international news. And here is international news as compiled and read by Lulua Muhammad.
President-elect of the United States, Donald Trump, says he's arranging a meeting with the Russian president to discuss the war in Ukraine. He made a statement a week and a half before his inauguration. One of the Trump's campaign was to end the conflict within 24 hours in office. Trump said Putin wants to meet. However, Russian state media quotes Kremlin spokesman says that U.S. has not yet formally requested a meeting. UN says more than 125,000 Syrian refugees are facing desperate conditions as they have returned to their homeland. The UN Refugee Agency says many refugees have returned to Syria after ousting the President Bashar al-Assad last month. Many families find themselves with a little shelter and few economic prospects. The UN says the international community must urgently step in to help. They are calling for immediate lifting and sanctions putting in place against former presidents, the government, saying they are abstract humanitarian and reconstruction efforts. At least 10 people are believed to be dead as the wildfire continues to scorch in many cities in Los Angeles country area. Los Angeles County Sheriff Robert Luna says the fire is some of the worst he has ever seen. It looks like as though an atomic bomb was dropped in those areas. The blazes have prompted an evacuation of some 200,000 people as countless homes continue to get reduced to ash. Venezuela's opposition said its leader, Maria Corina Machado, was briefly arrested and then freed after addressing a protest rally on eve of President Nicolas Maduro's dispute inauguration. The opposition said Machado was violently intercepted in eastern Caracas and motorcycles convoy in which she was riding was shorted and she was forced to record several videos while being held. Venezuela's information minister has dismissed the report of Machado's detention as the media distractions.
Well, that marks the end of the news bulletin for tonight. Don't miss our next bulletin in Kiswahili at 11 p.m. On behalf of the whole team, I am Nasa King. We wish you a good night. Catch us again next week at same time, same place, right here on TBC One.